it happens to be. And so a public library is really a bastion for information, regardless of where you're coming from. So.
And the difference in the content between you and the curriculum is that they're teaching the curriculum. You're just having the content provided.
Yes.
You're not forcing anybody to take it or forcing anybody to read it.
Exactly. And so that is one of the things I think that as we move forward into the climate that is occurring across the country, with those bands and book challenges and that kind of thing, is we are separating ourselves a little bit and providing a much more open library space that we can do that so that we don't have to leave out certain people or certain populations or certain information because it is contradictory to what the school needs and wants, and potentially state laws, because as we have seen in some states have actually put on the books laws that certain materials cannot be accessible, and so we no longer have to. We don't have to follow those mandates. I know Becker, Minnesota. I think their school board just had a vote that they can no longer have anything that is divisive. What does divisive mean?
Define that, yeah.
Right. So we don't have to worry about adhering to what may or may not be divisive. But the school, rightfully, your school board has the control of what is happening within the school. But as a public library, we need to not lose that empowerment for our community.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions?
So basically your request then is for a 3% increase.
Yes.
Okay. And with some of our other budget items that we've seen and so forth, this kind of falls in line with what we've seen in our other increases. I've got no problem with this. In fact, I will move that we do approve the 3% increase for the library's budget.
I'll support that.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Jody, I'm just looking at the numbers here. Right now, our state aid amount is the same as last year, $46,486. Is that the number you have too?
This is what we divided out between us, and so this is just my portion of it.
Yes, so your portion of that is $38,841.60.
So I have that wrong.
So, and Edgerton gets $25,894.40.
Well, okay, so what this is my budget is actually pulling numbers from, because my budget cycle is a half a year ahead of yours. I'm actually using numbers to make sure that I had this from the year before, because
Okay, so again, so you're getting $38,841.60 from the county on the state formula, which hasn't changed for years.
Okay.
Okay, so then what we do then is that over the last couple of years, we have brought the dollar amounts up because we were low according to the averages of other counties, if I remember right.
Yes.
We brought that up. So right now, the difference between the 46,486 and our budget is 18,250. So 60% of that on the same formula is going to Pipestone. That's $10,950. That's what you're getting in 2022 for our budget year. And Edgerton was getting 40% of that of 7,300. So we would be increasing the county portion of this, of our own portion of it, not the state required portion. That's 18,250. So we would be increasing 3% to 18,250.
I also just realized too, did I get in front of myself by making this motion? Because,
we're early on that.
Yeah, because it's part of our total
we
budget.
need to put the whole budget together
it's part
at
of
one
the
time.
total so maybe a better way of
Why don't
wording
you
that
just
is
rescind
that
the motion?
yeah, because I just realized that I got out in front of myself.
Yeah.
I can certainly support it. I guess maybe the motion could be that we support this.
Yeah, well, support
but
putting
it's
3%
not
in
final
there.
until our budget is final.
Right.
Does that make sense? I apologize that I messed that up. So how do we do that procedurally? Can I rescind my motion or just adjust it, or how do you guys,
Just
how do we
rescind
fix my
the
mistake?
motion.
Yeah.
I'll rescind my second then.
Yep. But again, you know you got our support, but it's procedurally we have to go through these steps.
Thank you. And Steve, if you can send me over those numbers, so.
Oh, absolutely,
that would be
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll get it worked out. So you know your budget year is a little different than ours, so. But that would be
Yeah.
ultimately what our county dollars would be, so.
Right.
Sounds good. And then don't forget, you're welcome to come out
For hot
to the
dogs.
park for hot dogs. And you can make something with the foundry, which is super cool, so.
Well, thank you, Jody.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jody.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Afterwards, I realized, oh, wait a second, I'm ahead of myself here.
You have some? Yeah, come on up.
So I know that you've been out for a while, but I don't know, I was gonna ask about the driver's license, update. I don't know if any of you guys are aware, but, last week, I was at lunch, but our supervisor that's from Marshall had come over along with, someone from, I believe it was maybe Mankato. And they had informed Lori that we would be going from weekly, normally the state comes every week on Thursdays. And they, instead of coming weekly, they would be coming monthly. And again, this is not a definite, I have not heard that this is a final yet, but that was what they were talking about, and they had told her September 1st. So, and when I reached out to Murray County, they said that they had heard it would be Murray, Laverne, Wyndham, and us. That were kind of the four that would be then going to once a week type thing. So, I don't know, again, Steve, if you heard anything more since then.
No.
Again, this was all me hearing things hearsay because I wasn't here when he came, but I did want to make sure that you guys are aware. Christina, who works for the state, was just up there, and she just had kind of said that you guys as commissioners maybe would have some contacts as to who you could reach out to if, because obviously it's gonna really hurt the service to our county. And
So the 4 counties again in rotation, we're gonna
Murray, Rock, and I don't know what Wyndham is.
Cottonwood.
Cottonwood and
Wood and
Pipestone.
then us. And so they, like I said, this was what they had talked about, the people that I had talked to in Murray County. They had said, they had gave those 4 names and kind of had said that they thought that those were gonna be the 4 in the weekly rotation. They were gonna do Wednesdays. And that Worthington and Marshall are kind of the main that would be open all the time type thing, or have more service available.
Populations.
Yeah.
So,
And they're already not doing the CDL driving test here any longer either, I believe. That changed as well. They'll still do regular passenger vehicle driver's tests, but not commercial vehicles.
They aren't doing the driving tests here.
Not even for passengers.
Yes,
Oh, they
not
are,
for
yeah.
CDL.
Yeah.
This, Mr. Chairman, this goes back to time of COVID when they stopped it. I remember reporting to the board that they were going to once,
Yeah.
per month. And that, just like Amanda said, Marshall and Worthington would be the 2 primary sites. I reached out before I went on vacation to all my counterparts in the Southwest, and they were hearing the same things. I mean, that it's going to change to once a week, and they were citing ongoing staffing challenges with getting people to work for the state to come out and do these. They don't have enough bodies to do it. That's what I was hearing, so form your own opinion off of that. But that was the rationale that was given as to why this was happening.
sure.
So this is not from the state. I did not meet with the person who supposedly came through here. I've heard nobody has reached out from the state to us to let us know what's going on. So all we're getting it so far, unless you've received anything
No,
from
I
the
have
state.
not received anything
September-
official. I just wanted to inform you guys
Right.
that's kind of what we were hearing, and yeah,
Yeah, so
So-
September 1 is coming up quickly, so apparently they'd be here just once a month on a Wednesday.
yeah,
Is ours like the 3rd Wednesday or something like that? I think,
that's
does
what I
that
had
sound right?
kind of
3rd
heard.
Wednesdays
So
of the
did
month in
anyone reach
Pipestone?
out to you about scheduling or no?
No,
Okay,
no, that's just what I'd heard
Again,
from other
yeah,
counties.
that's-
It was Murray County that had emailed and said that that's what they thought the schedule was, so. So basically, they're going back to what they were before. Now, as I understand, if I remember correctly, the legislature appropriated money to additional money so they could reopen all of these sites around the state. So where did that money go? I mean, that was the whole idea. They pumped, was it, I wanna say $28 million, is that? It was a big number, I know that.
If
Also,
you don't
when it
have,
comes to the state, we always have that same question.
if you don't have the
Where'd the money
staff,
go?
And then they'll say, but we need more people.
yeah,
Right.
but if you don't have the staff to,
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have
Administrative
staff, you can't operate, so.
Yep.
Right.
So, anyways, I just wanted to inform you guys that that was some of the things we were hearing, and I'm going to reach out to the person in Marshall that had stopped in and talked to Lori and just kind of see if there's anything final or if we're gonna be hearing and when and that sort of thing. But I just wanted to share that with you.
If, Amanda, if the state reaches out to you, sends you any mails on this, send them to me and I'll make sure the board gets it. And we can obviously put this on future agendas as well to let you know what's going on and what our, what other counties' plans are and things like that. I mean, we can certainly send a letter to the state, you know, showing our disdain and,
Yep.
you know, not approving, but
well, and,
You know how that goes.
Representative Schumacher and Weber, touch base with them and say that we're being,
Single
not,
out, yeah.
not taken care of. It seems to me that on the 1 day a week, usually there's a pretty good turnout of people here for it. So are they gonna be able to handle the volume of people just once a month?
It doesn't make sense.
You're gonna flood other counties.
Yeah,
yeah, we'll have to be making appointments at Worthington
yeah.
and Marshall, and they'll be picking it up there again. I mean, they'll have to, but
Frustrating.
we'll keep you advised.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks,
yes.
and that impacts the transit company,
I
because
bet it does.
people have to go farther to get licensed.
Any other business come before the board?
Move to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Second.
We stand adjourned.